Today, on Be Something Wonderful, your reality is what you say it is. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, good morning and welcome back to the studios of Be Something Wonderful. Here we are broadcasting from the beautiful island of Bonaire in the Dutch Caribbean with another powerful video. I want to talk about, a few days ago, maybe it was yesterday, I talked about this creator that had a ding in her car. There was some damage in her car. And she imagined, she assumed, right, she affirmed that those responsible would pay for the damage, right, that she would be reimbursed for that damage. And then she got an email back that said they're not going to cover it, that they're not responsible. And she had that initial reaction that many of us do, that how can this be? I must have done something wrong. I didn't imagine it right. It doesn't work, all of those things. But then she said, no, that's not my preference. That's not my reality. Yes, I get it. I accept that as a potential, as a possible manifested outcome. But it's not my preference. Do you see the power here? She accepted it as one potential, one possible outcome. In the all that isness that she is, that all potential and possible outcomes exist within her. It was a beautiful demonstration of the true meaning of denial. One of you was saying that Thomas, the disciple Thomas, doubting Thomas, who doubted things, represented the proper use of denial. No, Thomas represented doubting. Doubting is not denial, right? When you say somebody is in denial, that's what you're saying is that they're denying the appearances. They're saying those appearances are not true, but they're secretly believing that they're solid, that they are real, that that is reality. So they're still believing it. It's denying it, but still believing that that's your reality. That's not what we're talking about here. This is the proper demonstration of affirming, imagining, assuming your reality, and then denying any appearance that's not your preference. In other words, it's not your desired reality. Yes, it's a manifested appearance. It's a potential that's appearing within your awareness, but it's not your choice. And then we didn't talk about what most of you are asking, well, what happened? But I already know what happened. It happened within her, so I never asked her, right? Remember, she's a creator, a subscriber, and also a friend. So she communicated this as it was happening. And I said, this is powerful, how you stood in your knowing that when you're not moved, when you're unmoved by appearances, as Florence Scovel-Shinn says, appearances move. Right? And I knew this. She had that knowing. So I know the outcome. All outcomes appear. That was her preference. But many of you go, well, what happened? And so then almost immediately, within hours, right, I received another message that the claim was accepted. Right? Again, she didn't share that information in our first correspondence. In that first video, I had not had that information shared with me. In a 3D unfolding sense, it had not happened, but I knew it was already done. So of course they're going to pay for it. That has to be the only reality. And she demonstrated it again. So I want to show you this. Your 3D physical experience, all manifested physical experiences, whether judged good or bad, right or wrong, wanted or unwanted, do nothing. They mean nothing. In other words, you give them all the meaning that they have. It doesn't matter what they are, right? From The Chosen, from that scene that I've talked about famously, I have broken down that scene in every way you can imagine in our videos. And there's many videos now on just that one scene in The Chosen, but also on other scenes in The Chosen. Very powerful show. Right? The story of Jesus, the metaphysical teachings that are demonstrated by this show, right? You only need me, Jesus, your I am awareness. That's why it means that you, reality, awareness of being, is always complete, is always whole, is always fulfilled, is always changeless, is always perfect. Do you see? You can accept those appearances, the appearances of them, but you don't agree with them. They're not your reality. They're not who you are. You already know yourself as complete and whole. That's what she did. She stood in that knowing that it's done. I know the true nature of who I am. I know I give meaning to all those changing appearances. I know they mean nothing unless I say so. There are no facts outside of you, outside of your truth of reality. 3D reality and the physical manifested experiences needs you, I am awareness, to give them all the meaning they have. Wow, that's powerful. You only need me. In other words, those 3D changing appearances, the physical manifested experiences, needs you, as I am awareness, as reality itself, to give them all the meaning that they have. That's powerful. When we say that nothing is final and your reality is what you say it is, which I've said a few times now on various videos, that's not in theory, that's not delusional, and that's not dangerous. We hear once in a while comments like this, and I even have now those of you that I talk to, that when you first came on the channel, those were your words. And now you're saying, I get it. I was my own danger. I was my own delusion. I was making up what was theory and what was facts. Do you see it? That comes from fear or separation and limitation that some greater or secondary cause is creating your life circumstances. This is coming directly from you, those of you that have been with me, right? And when you first came on, there was still that fear, that separation, that trying to make something happen, believing you got to attract things and make things happen in your life, as opposed to being the creator and the source of those happenings, right? That's reality. That's ultimate reality, pure potential, unconditional, limitless, causeless, one source. And you're the one that says what's final or what are facts. And in the Gospel of Thomas, there's that quote that I've used in a few videos now. And I've always said there's no out there. And then we went even leveled up more and said there's no in there or out there. There's just ultimate reality. Well, this is what Jesus was saying in the Gospel of Thomas. Ultimate reality is within you and outside of you. In other words, there is no inside and outside. There's just ultimate reality. Those changing manifested experiences are not different than you. They're not out there. They're not outside of you. You get to determine all of those conditions in the moment, what they mean to you. In other words, there's no inside or outside. There's just you as all that is, that pure limitless potential as I am awareness. That's what we mean, and that's what Jesus meant when he said ultimate reality is within you and outside of you. He's not acknowledging that there's some outside reality separate from you. That I am awareness is saying you are reality, you're all of it. Right? You're experiencing yourself from infinite viewpoints, infinite perspectives, and vantage points as all that is. Very powerful. So the subscriber and my friend and remember, this person's been with the channel when we only had a few hundred subscribers. Right now, over 59,000, but she was with us when we had only a few hundred. This subscriber with the ding or damage to her car, demonstrating the true meaning of denial, that nothing is final, saying no, they will pay. They will pay for that damage. I don't care what that email they sent me says, right? So the first email saying we're not going to pay, we're not responsible. And she had a response where she was triggered by that. She had a reaction. That's okay. You're not your reactions. You're not your triggers. Remember, all those triggers, all those reactions, all those feelings and emotions that overwhelm you at that moment are not who you are. You are the awareness within which all takes place. That's not reality. Those triggers and that emotion that you're feeling and those judgments are just telling you that's not my chosen reality. That's not my preference. That's all it's telling you. It's not telling you that, oh no, I'm not going to get what I want. That's what we believe negative, or what we call negative, or unwanted sensations and thoughts mean, that we're not going to get what we want. They're not that. They're just telling you that that is not your reality. That's not your preference. The claims company assessed the damage, these are her words, and have already cut a check for me from denial to check cutting in 24 hours. Wow. Overnight, instant, as we talk about, because it always is. And remember, when that first video, I didn't even ask her about that information. It had not unfolded yet in the physical experience, or in her physical experience, but I knew it was done, right? She wasn't denying the physical manifested reality while secretly believing and assuming that they are final, that physical manifested reality is final, where they say we're not going to cover it. And that's her reality. Rather, she recognized and accepted the 3D physical manifested circumstances at that time as one potential, one possibility, while denying it as final. In other words, not agreeing with it as her reality and her desired end and her imagined end. Even after reacting to it, even after feeling triggered by it, none of that mattered. It means nothing. It does nothing. You are the meaning and the source and the reality behind all of it. It's powerful. And every once in a while, and one of you that I talked with, that I've been talking with now for a few years, when you first came on the channel, there were comments like that, right? That you were saying this is dangerous, that you're in denial when you see horrific circumstances around you, and you start saying that that's not reality. The whole idea of everyone is you pushed out, that's victim blaming, and all of that stuff goes on. And remember, we're not blaming anyone. We don't see victims. We only see you as source, as that powerful source, no matter what the conditions and circumstances are going on in your life. You're the one making up all those terms, victim blaming and all of that, right? Delusional and denial, and it's dangerous. That's your reality. You're creating that reality. Do you see that? That becomes your life, your reality, how you see things. And so you never see anybody getting what they want, because you believe no one gets what they want. You don't, and no one else does. Or others get what they want, but you don't. That's how you see your world. You see it as dangerous to believe in this stuff, to believe that you're God and there is no other, to believe that you're the only one and only source and creator of your life experience, right? That you're going to be in denial, or that is delusional. It's anything but that, right? It's you as that one and only source of your life experience saying reality is what I say it is, period. That's what we're talking about. Right? It's the changing physical scene appearances and circumstances are never final. They're never solid. They're never final. You're the one that decides. The changing unseen appearances and conditions of thoughts and feelings are not reality. I am. You are. Right? All these changing appearances that seem solid and not final. All those changing appearances of thoughts and feelings are not who you are. You are reality. All that judging, all that complaining, all that finger pointing, that you are in denial, delusional, and dangerous, to assume you, as I am awareness, as source and there is no other. All of that's coming from fear, limitation, separation, and smallness. Right? You feel small and weak and separated, and that there's some other source outside of you determining your life experience. That life, it's all happening to you. Right? That you're the victim. But you're not. You're source. You get to create it. You are infinitely powerful. Do you see this today? Nothing is like that. So you create a reality, a life experience of dangers, of delusions and denials. That there is a world and reality outside of you, of cold, hard facts. That you have to face reality. You have to face the facts with these experiences of both joy and suffering. Sometimes they're joyful, sometimes they're not, but that's just the facts. That's just life. It's the facts of life. No, your life, your source, your reality. You get to determine what those facts, what those appearances mean, what they are. You get to determine your experiences. There are no facts, no experiences, no reality outside or apart from your experiencing of it. Do you see it? Even the idea of joy and suffering doesn't exist outside the experiencing of it. There is no joy or suffering unless you create an experience of it. Do you see it? You, and only you, give your experiencing meaning and therefore create, manifest, and perceive your manifested 3D experiences through that meaning. But that meaning can change in every moment, and you determine that. It's you as the experiencing, as the awareness, as the consciousness itself, determining all of it, giving meaning to all of it. Your reality really is what you say it is. Nothing, no outcome is final. There are no facts until you say so. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, thank you. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for liking and sharing and commenting on the videos. Thank you for being part of our Facebook group, The Ambassadors, at facebook.com/groups/Be Something Wonderful. For joining us on Instagram and Twitter at Tom Kearin, and at TikTok at Be Something Wonderful, and for being part of our membership channel. We have another live stream this coming Sunday on August 11th, 2024 at 9 a.m. Pacific time, US, and also, or 12 noon Atlantic Standard Time, right here from Bonaire, right here from the Dutch Caribbean. We're going to have our next live stream, our 8th live event of the year on the Be Something Wonderful membership channel, where we answer your questions live. Also in the chat, and also we'll be answering your questions that you've been sending to us at info@besomethingwonderful.com. If you're a member, join us. If you're not a member, check out the link below. Creators, with great love, with great light and infinite gratitude, this is Tom Kearin here, coming to you from the beautiful island of Bonaire in the Dutch Caribbean. Until next time, we'll see you soon.